Hello and welcome to Dunoon Model Railway. Today I will be doing a special video really, partly because it's Christmas. Well, right now this part's being done on Friday, and depending on what happens there might be another part added to it on Sunday. It will be uploaded Sunday night, all things going well. But yeah, so basically the last time I actually had a video up with a layout was the Dunoon layout update, which was over a year ago. It was a year and 8 days ago now. It was fourth update I did on 00 scale Dunoon, and it was uploaded and released to YouTube on the 15th of December 2015. It's now the 23rd of December 2016. It's been over a year since I actually showed any layouts, but there has been a bit of progress on 3 layouts actually, one of which will feature in a later part of this video. So this first part is I'm just going to show you what I've got up in the shed, which is where the bigger layouts are going, and actually along with one of the other people who I do this with, we're actually currently looking at building a more or less to scale model of a station here in Victoria along the longer wall of the shed. That's not definite now, but certainly if it is done, it will be done in order to allow Dunoon to be built around it, and the other 3 layouts to fit with priority. So I'll just show you what I've got up here at the moment. So I'll just excuse all the mess, it is a bit messy in here, but just here I've got the baseboards for Bonshaw. Now Bonshaw is a P4 branch line terminus I'm planning. Now you can see it's just got 2 good sidings, or a run-around loop with a dead end at each end. The dead end at this end will be for loco stuff, so there'll be an ash pit, and just got a Hornby water tower there for now. Probably change that. I've got a couple of Mark 1s lying around the place. But yeah, so basically this will be a branch line terminus. There will be a platform running in between here, running past the goods shed, to a station building just in the gap in the paper templates there. This will all be hand laid track with B7 and B8 turnouts, which basically means it's B. The B is a reference to the length, I think. The number 7 and the number 8 is a reference to it being a number 1 in 7 crossing angle, or a 1 in 8 crossing angle. So that's overall scenic section from where the paper ends and the little bridge abutment is to the other end. That's 2.4 meters. Then just along here is the fiddle yard. It's 1.6 meters long. I need to cut it off at the end of the frame just there. That brings it to a total length of 4 meters. It's 60 centimeters wide. I've also got a bit of railway memorabilia up here. I've got a crossing sign and an old Gardiner railway station sign, which is my local station. I was given those when they rebuilt the station. The second layout I'm working on is very important to me. This belonged to my grandfather, but sadly he passed away quite a few years ago, so it had been sitting in Grandma's shed for about 30 years, and now I've got it. Now I got this a few weeks ago, about a couple of months ago actually. So this, I'm not sure the overall dimensions. I think it's roughly 3 meters long by 1.5 meters wide. So yeah, right now it's got a mix of stock. I've got some American stuff. I've got a couple of Australian passenger coaches missing their roofs. And I've got the Duchess of Hamilton with a full, about 15 I think, carriage train made up of Mark 1s and Gresleys, so that's there. This is DC, but I'm worried it's going to need a rewire, because if we have a look at the controller, we open up the box, there's no actual transformer. The transformer is built in, so 240 volts come in, 12 volts go out. The worrying thing is, there are wires that aren't soldered. So I'm most certainly going to have to get an electrician in to look at it, and there is a possibility that I will need to completely rewire the layout, and if I do, it will probably be it may well be done to DCC. I'm not sure about that. I'm hoping I can keep it as original as possible, because this means a lot to me. And you can see it's got section switches, so you've got 3 control knobs, you've got 3-way switches, so you can set it to that controller, you can set it to the middle one, or you can set it to the one on the far right. Then that comes out in little plugs which plug into underside of the 2 baseboards, so there are 3 per baseboard. So that's all like that. Now, one other thing is Dunoon itself. It's a bit broken, to be as an understatement. The frames are just over there next to my shelves. Yeah, this is as far as I got. You can see I've taken off a platform and the water tower. Yeah, look, I might finish it, I might not. Chances are I won't, just because it's going to cost a lot of money, and I've got 3 other layouts on the go. And I'm planning another one. I'm planning Dunoon, which will be big. The plan for Dunoon is the station will run along this wall here. Then it'll have a nice long 7-metre run along there, around probably on top of Traralgon. And then there'll be an MPD somewhere in the middle there, and then it'll go around the far edge there, cross over. As will Traralgon for the fiddle yard, it'll cross over the steps here into a fiddle yard running along the back edge. So it'll be an oval, but it'll be cut off right about here between Dunoon and the end of the fiddle yard. So really, I don't have the time or the space, or really the want, because it's in 00. I mean, obviously it could be adapted for HO, but really it's a very British layout, and because of the fact that me and my friend are looking to do Traralgon, which will be HO scale anyway, there just doesn't really seem to be that much point in getting Dunoon finished and fixed up, when all I'd have to run on it is the odd bit of British, well, no, not British, the odd bit of Australian and American stock, when it's really a British layout. I mean, the track and everything, well, not the track, but the track plan and stuff is very British, so that may well not end up ever being finished, because there's that there, and there's the frames, which are just here, and there's all the other stuff. Bit of stuff just quickly on this. It will be, I'm calling it the Ridgway and Nelson for personal reasons, obviously. Well, not, sorry, ignore that, not obviously, but like, anyway, moving on. Sorry, don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so basically this is the bigger baseboard. It's got, there's one section of single track on the entire layout. That's just here, which originally went off to a set of points just there, but the set of points happened to be over 30 years old and was broken, as were another set of points just here and another just there. You can see where the points are by these. I've actually removed point motors on some of them, because if I just, here's one, if I pick them up and show you, to say they're a bit old and manky and probably don't work is a bit of an understatement. So they'll all be replaced with modern Pico motors when I get the chance. So basically there's a 4-track storage yard here with another 2 tracks there, which will be used for locos. That joins onto the main line, which basically runs along here, joins on with a set of points here, curves around. There's a set of points there allowing you to cross over main lines, but then there's the other track which just continues around there. You've got another 2 loco sidings, and then if I come around here again, this siding, this is a dead end siding just here. It's actually been hand laid. You can see it's been done with metal spikes every second sleeper. But that will be mainly, there'll be a passenger platform there. I've just put the old Dunoon parcels depot there. That'll go on new Dunoon when it's built. So that'll be for passenger trains. If I just move over some Mark 1s just for showing how it'll fit 3 carriages with a little space. Basically it'll fit 3 carriages and a smaller engine like this, just about. It'll block up the points, but it doesn't really matter because there's the secondary line through there. But then basically passenger train, it'd probably shunt out from there, come around, come in here, another loco would pull it out, do shunting or whatever, and then it'd just do loops as a passenger train. So that'll be a nice thing to be able to run trains just in circles as opposed to all the dead end layouts. But yeah, so it's a complete mess, which is also an understatement, but eventually it will all get cleaned up and it will become a very nice layout room, hopefully with a few completed layouts. There's also old bikes here and bits from the Dunoon legs are here. Yeah, that's mainly storage, which will get moved around and shuffled around when I get to Dunoon. So that's pretty much this part of the video done. I will do another part showing the actual completed, believe it or not, the completed, well, okay, it's not actually completed, it's mostly completed. I like to think I can't tell the difference. It's just a bit of ballasting that needs to be done and a bit more scenery work. It's basically just static grass and a set of points that needs ballasting and a copper-clad sleeper that needs painting. But other than that, this other layout is completely finished, so I'll cut the video and I will go to that. Hello and welcome back. Now for me it's been 2 days. It's now Boxing Day morning. It's a very warm morning here in Melbourne. But yeah, so I've got this layout which is Cudgee Sidings. It's my 3rd layout and it's the only basically completed layout out of all the ones I've ever built, which is a number well over 10, sadly. But yeah, so this is, it's 1.2 meters overall for this. It's another 70 centimeters for the fiddle yard. Sorry about that, my dad was just talking way too loudly in the background. Anyway, this is the layout. It's very basic. It's got 2 dead end sidings and a very, very short runaround loop. So basically it's very basic. This still needs ballasting, that needs painting, and I need to finish sticking down the track in the fill yard and put another track on either side. In terms of wiring, it's all DCC, so cobalt motors wired into the DCC bus, and they are controlled from the E-Link. And then it's just a simple connector to get from the baseboards. I haven't actually joined it together because I'm sending it over to a friend's house for him to do some work. Yeah, now one of the things that me and my mate decided to do is we put in a number of concrete sleepers when we built it. So you'll see on 2 of the sidings you've got every 4th sleeper is a concrete one, then you've got a couple in there, 2 in there, then this siding's also 1 in 4, then there are a couple just on this track here at the level crossing. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. There are some cows there. All it needs to finish is some static grass, maybe 1 or 2 people, and well, just pretty much static grass, ballast completion, and a bit of weathering. I do have a little bus shelter to go here, but I appear to have misplaced it. Actually, no, I know exactly where it is. Okay, I'm back and I've got the little bus shelter now. This just sits in place. It's actually a Hornby Scaledale northeast waiting shelter, which was on Dunoon, or was going to go on Dunoon. It's got a little person put inside it, so that just sits down in there. That's going to get properly bedded in and glued in at one stage, but for now that'll do. You'll have to excuse the sonic screwdriver in the background. But yeah, so basically these are designed to hold Victorian Railways four-wheel wagons. This siding will hold 5, this siding will hold 4, and the runaround track here will hold 3. This end thing here will hold it'll hold any Bobo diesel, but only 1 or 2 Coco ones. Basically, if it's Victorian, if it was built before 1970, it's going to fit in the head shunt, which is a bit of a problem considering I now model post 2000 for Victorian stuff. Anyway, moving on. But yes, so I'm on this Pico Code 75 Electrofrog points, and with the exception of the new set of points which I had to put in to replace a broken one, the exception of that, all the rails have been painted on the sides with a Humbrol brown paint. I think it was matte number 30. So that you can see the contrasting difference between the ballasted painted track and the half ballasted unpainted track. The painted stuff looks a lot better. But yeah, so that concludes this video. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and take a look at some of our other videos.